If I were single again, this is exactly what I would do. The reason why I'm making this video is because I've fucked up many times after a breakup. And I hurt myself, I hurt other people, I felt very lost, confused, and I don't want you to feel like that. It's not fun. And maybe you don't want to feel like that either after going through a painful ending of a relationship and being single. So that's gonna be like a guide, really, you know. And this guide, I wish I could have had it back when I was going through my first breakup, right? Because that was not fun, let me tell you that. Now, the first step that I would focus on if I were single again right now is to build my foundation. When you go through a breakup, your reality gets shattered completely, right? Who you thought you were was connected to a woman, but now this woman is gone, right? And so the worst thing you can do is to seek another woman, is to chase another woman, is to jump into another relationship. Too many men commit this mistake and they pay the price. Maybe not right away, right? Because when you do have sex with a woman, in the moment it feels amazing, right? It's great. You released your sexual energy, you feel better. But you know how you feel when she leaves. It's not fun, right? And the pain of the breakup is still there. And that's because you need to focus on yourself, my brother. You need to focus on your purpose. You need to focus on honoring yourself. You need to focus on finding hobbies, right? Things that you generally want to do. And you want to get to a point where you actually feel a little bit content without having a woman next to you. That's your goal. That's the first step. You need to get to a place of being content. Not fully content, not fully happy, of course. I'm not demanding you that much, but you need to be a little bit content within yourself, right? You feel really a little bit at ease with being with yourself, right? You're not feeling so depressed anymore. You're feeling a sense of fulfillment because you're doing the things that feel aligned to you, right? You're doing a job that you love. You're doing the trips that you want to do. You're having the friends that you know you need. You're having the hobbies that you've been waiting to do for so long. To give you an example, my whole life I felt like I was a musician, right? And that I needed to play an instrument. And I waited for many years until I decided to play the jaw harp. It does help to focus on myself while I'm in a relationship right now, right? So of course it's different. I'm not single anymore, but to have something that fulfills me without having my woman next to me, that helps. It's so amazing. And to do this when you're single is very important. When I was single, I started to practice yoga. I was going to the gym. I started to do the things that, well, I knew that they were good for me, but I also wanted to do them because I was attracted to that, right? I felt really excited about yoga and going to the gym. And to this day, I'm still going, even in a relationship. How cool. The second step, when you feel this little contentment within yourself, is to start creating opportunities with new women. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go out in the streets or in the clubs every single day and pick up 10 to 20 women every day, okay? Like, this is not a pickup YouTube channel, okay? And while I'm not here to judge anyone who's doing that, because I've done that in my life, this is not what I would do if I would be single again right now. For the simple reason that I know how unsatisfying it is in the long run to chase women. So what I would rather do is do things that I genuinely want to do, right? So for example, going to the supermarket. Well, it's not that I want to go to the supermarket, but I need to go to the supermarket. If on my way to the supermarket or in the supermarket I see a beautiful woman, let me talk to her. Let me say hi and give her a compliment or introduce myself or whatever and see what happens. Okay, what else? Well, do I like to dance? Do I like to do yoga? Okay, let me go to a yoga class. Let me go to a dance class. Let me go to an event, a concert. And in that environment, if I see a very beautiful woman or a woman that I'm attracted to her, let me go talk to her and see what happens, right? This is very important. When you went through that phase of building your foundation, staying there is going to make you feel frustrated. You're going to look at dating and be like, oh, I would like to, but I feel like it's doomed. When I look at social media, I can see that there's too much toxicity out there. But at the same time, you don't know what's going to happen if you go to that yoga class, or if you go to the supermarket and talk to that cutie, or if you go to this salsa class or whatever, right? You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who you're going to meet, right? So you need to come from that place of not knowing and just being curious of the possibility of potentially meeting your future wife. You know, I'll tell you a story. I met my girlfriend randomly, bro. And I was not focusing on meeting women, on getting 2 dates a week. I was focusing on myself. I was focusing on being celibate, in fact, right? And I went to the birthday party of a really good friend and I met my girlfriend there. Of course, it took a bit of time, because I was celibate, so we didn't date right away. But eventually we got together, right? And I was not focusing on meeting women. I was not focusing on improving my game or blah, blah, blah. I was focusing on myself. I was focusing on my emotions, healing my fears, my insecurities, better handling my emotions, building my purpose, trying to find myself. I was really in this foundation phase of my life. But this happened, right? Because I said yes to an opportunity of, going to a birthday party. So random. Now that you have these two first steps, which are really important, we need to talk about how you want to approach interacting with a woman. Which leads me to the third step. Do not try to impress her. Do not try to seek her validation. Do not try to play it small. Be unapologetically you. Assert your boundaries when you need it. Speak your truth even though you might think that she might disagree with you. Express your desire if you feel like it. Be unapologetically you. And don't be you who's scared, insecure, and avoiding tension. Be you who's fearless, who's unapologetic, who loves himself that much that he doesn't care whether this woman in front of him likes him or not. He doesn't care about that, this version of yourself. He just wants to be himself. That's the most important. And funny enough, when you really connect with this energy of I am going to be myself. I don't care. This is me. The right woman will come to you. I'll give you an example of a client. He recently met a very, very beautiful woman. And they started to kind of date with each other, right? They're going very slow. And at one point, this woman said, oh, I would love to try having an open relationship. I've never tried this. When she said that, my client was instantly, he was like, I am not looking for this. I am just not looking for this. And he expressed it right away. The woman was kind of caught off guard, actually. Very surprised by the statement. But it really showed her that he's not willing to lose himself in that dynamic. And she got even more attracted to him. And as far as I know, she hasn't talked about this open relationship thing since then, right? So sometimes you have to be willing to lose her in order to be you. You need to be you, my brother. That's the most important. Because if you start denying yourself, well, first of all, she might lose interest in you because She can see that you're not confident. But at the same time, even if you attract her, she's not really attracted to you. She's attracted to who you're pretending to be. Is that a good deal for you? Well, to me, that's a very bad deal, you know. And so I definitely wouldn't want that at all, right? The fourth step of this is I would really dive deeper into the woman's language, really trying to understand what a woman means behind her words. So I'll give you an example of that. This is actually a post that I wrote not a long time ago on my Facebook and newsletter. Maybe you've experienced this in the past, where you have an interaction with a woman and she doesn't invest that much, right? She's not very talkative. And at the same time, she stays, right? She still responds to you. Maybe you even have a date with her, but she's not talkative. And you could easily interpret this as, maybe she's just not interested in me. I mean, she's not asking too many questions to me, or when I ask a question, she doesn't talk too much. She's looking away all the time. I mean, she's probably not interested in me. Well, knowing how to interpret woman's language or woman's expression is to understand that maybe this woman is actually very interested in you and she's just too shy, too scared to show it. And that's why she's acting this way. And instead of like running a whole game on her, right, trying to attract her, trying to be the cool guy and all of this, you could just recognize that in her, right? So in this very specific situation, a statement of empathy would really help her feel the release because she's feeling seen, right? Because she can see that you're seeing her in her shyness, in her insecurity, right? If you've ever experienced that in your life, like you're feeling something internally and someone can see it, right? And tells it to you in a genuine way, non-pushy or all of that. It feels nice to have someone read you and see through you, right? The same for women. Knowing how to interpret women's language is very important. And the cool thing is you get to learn that with every interaction you have with a woman, right? By looking at her words, right, what she said, and then trying to understand, okay, but what's underneath that, right? So, for example, when she said no in that moment, did she really meant it? Or did she said this no with a smirk on her face? And in that case, was that more of a yes? So when a woman does this, maybe it means this instead of this, what I was thinking, which led me to reject myself, where in fact I could have seduced her more or flirt with her more, etc., etc. Understanding women's language is so important. I really need to emphasize this because way too many guys are losing opportunities with women because they're not able to read women's language, women's way of expressing themselves. And you can be angry at women for this. You can be like, oh, but why are they not more upfront? Why are they not more direct? It's too subtle. It's too indirect. Fuck that. But she's a woman. you know, she's a woman. If you want a woman to be more direct, maybe date a fucking dude. Be a gay guy. Sorry, not sorry. That's how women are. It's like telling a man, stop being so direct, stop thinking so much with your dick, even though maybe that's a little bit too much here, but stop being masculine. Stop being this leader that you want to be, which kind of, it's kind of fucked up, but this is actually happening towards men. But that's a whole topic in itself. Anyway, we don't want to project that onto women, just like women should not project these things onto us either, right? Very important. So to recap, first, foundation, right? You want to build your foundation. Then You want to create new opportunities without overly focusing on, I need to meet women every day. Third is honor yourself. Assert your boundaries, speak your truth, express your sexual desire. Fourth is understand women's language or the mating dance. Learn to understand that through the experiences that you acquire with women. The more interactions you have with women, the more dates you have with women, the more wisdom you'll get about what is the mating dance. Yeah. Of course, if you want to acquire that wisdom, you need to have an open mind. So if you have fixed ideas about how dating is, it's all about looks. Well, that's going to be hard, my brother, to actually understand the mating dance. Okay, you need to have an open mind to new concept. You need to understand that maybe there is a little bit of subtlety happening in the dating process. This is what I would focus on if I would be single again. I hope it helps. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I reply to all the comments. And if you're interested in having a whole playbook teaching you how to land dates with women you actually like by becoming a self-validating man, which basically means that you're genuinely confident, you're not seeking women's validation, you're learning to honor yourself in this dating process, you're asserting your boundaries, etc., etc. There's a whole playbook. It teaches you everything. You have meditation practice in there. It's really like complete. You can get it in there in the description. And if not, it's all good. I see you, my brother.